Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. Today, we're taking a look at some articles on the weekend. I like to, take a look at some articles and just sort of get a brief understanding of where we are in the NFT space, market, etc., and who's talking their shit. So today we got Ethereum creator slams NFT empire. You have these 3 million monkeys or $3 million monkeys, and it's become a different kind of gambling. Okay, let's see what I call him Vladimir Buterin. I was about to say Vladimir Buterin. Vitalik Buterin. So Vitalik, the 28-year-old billionaire, I thought he was a lot younger than that, but the 28-year-old billionaire co-creator of Ethereum isn't a fan of the famous Bayc NFT collection. The peril, he says, is you have these 3 million monkeys and it's become a different kind of gambling. Buterin, 28, told Time magazine. The publication noted that he was referencing to Bayc. So Bayc is one of the top NFT collections, as we know, living on the Ethereum platform, but Buterin has a more wholesome hopes for the future of Ethereum use cases. So he doesn't like the fact that, celebrities are really endorsing, like Jimmy Kimmel, Serena Williams, and Paris Hilton, etc. What he's really looking forward to having is he wants a launch pad for all sorts of socio-political experimentations. Fairer voting systems, urban planning, universal basic income, public work projects. That would be really cool. And I think we are heading toward that in a way. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. It's kind of like the cryptocurrency as well right now. I think the NFT, well, that's what he's saying, but the NFT space will evolve into its own thing that I think will add a lot more and contribute a lot more to the development of sort of, I don't want to use this word, but, current society as a whole. I think it's already playing a big part. And yeah, a lot of people are in it for the money, but that's, par for the course, especially with the cryptocurrencies like Ethereum. A lot of people are investing right now because they see massive gains in the space. But as time goes on, as the technology advances more and more, you most likely, I think, will get use cases like what he's saying with the voting system, the urban planning, a more fair system overall. And I think with NFTs, you're going to get a similar thing as well. I think as soon as we get to, as time progresses, we'll find other uses for NFTs. And I mean, I'm making a video right now on, because Fashion Week for Decentraland is coming, how NFTs are taking over fashion and the kind of the opportunities and the new idea and the new technology that's being used in the fashion via NFTs. So, and then I'm going to make one about music, etc., etc. But there's a lot of places, real estate, where NFTs are taking hold in a much better, or not better, but in a much different way that isn't just, a Bored Ape Yacht Club or a JPEG NFT or something like that. A lot of people are doing some really cool and crazy stuff and have a lot of cool ideas. Just a matter of time before we really see the ones that are going to rise to the top flourish. It basically just sort of talks about that continuously. What I think, when he calls it gambling, to me, all of this stuff is technically gambling on some level, even if there is some sort of technical analysis, some intelligent decision you're making. The difference, that's the difference between really pulling the slot and investing in some sort of crypto or even some kind of stock. But at the end of the day, you're still taking a gamble that what you think is going to happen, right? Poker is, a lot more of an intellectual game, but it's still gambling, right? So he's not wrong here, but I think it's selling it a little short. I think the NFT space does have a lot more to give, and we're going to see that in the future. So the next one, meet a 25-year-old NFT collector who earned $75,000 the day of the ApeCoin airdrop before the Bored Ape token surged to 90%. So if you guys saw the ApeCoin that was released recently, kind of in association with the Bayc NFT project and the metaverse that as a whole that they're working on. So that it dropped. I think it hit heights of like 20, or like there's conflicting talks about how high it hit. But regardless, it dropped down to about $6 and has since pumped back up again. I think he sold it at $6. around there, because he got the airdrop because he already has a previously owned NFT or Bored Ape NFT, and so they gave a bunch of people who have that to give back to the community. You got free airdrops. So come the launch, he was going to hang on to it, but he saw the price had gone way more than he thought it was going to and sold it. Now he sold it when at, I think, about $6, and he made $75,000. And then the price soared much higher. And he would have made, I saw it before, yes. So he could have made over $400,000 had he held it just a little bit longer. So he says, I feel very blessed and lucky. However, watching the token price, it does make me feel a little bit sick thinking it over doubled what I sold it for. Kind of shitty situation, but hey, it was a free airdrop, and you made a good $75,000 off of that. So that's free money, right? So I know it's shitty. You could have made so much more, but $75,000 is no joke. It's nothing to scoff at. Keep that money. Feel a little blessed that you got that airdrop. But it was a good decision on his part, I guess, to buy a Bayc when he could. I think he bought a Bayc at 41,000. You know what I mean? And was able to get some airdrop. So and make $75,000 off of it. So not bad, man. Not a bad trade whatsoever. I don't think he should feel too bad about missing the $400,000. That's money you didn't have to begin with, and the $75,000 is money you didn't have to begin with. So you got it. Like it says here, the space is unpredictable. What is that? I told y'all whenever I sell something, the price goes up after. That's a tweet from Nathan Head. That's unfortunate, buddy, but no worries, buddy. You got $75,000. Treat yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Feel better about that one. And lastly, we have the Bored Apes creator Yuga Labs teases new project called Outside. So not really much is known about this project just yet. The teaser trailer doesn't explicitly state that Outside is what it is, but recent hints as well as details contained in a report by the Block Orion's Week strongly suggest that Outside will focus on culture, gaming, and commerce. Invoked during the week's announcement of ApeCoin, the teaser tweet indicates that the project will feature the use of the coin itself. And we can just take a quick look at some of that right now. I actually really like this trailer. I've already watched it. It was actually pretty cool. I'm not going to sit here and maybe do the whole thing. So, drink me. Why not, right? Like, when I get random things I find in the swamp, I chug them down right away. And then volcanoes erupt. So basically, it's like that. You see some crazy stuff. Then you realize, oh, it's like, don't drink me. Uh-oh. I really like this. I thought this was really cool. And then you get to see sort of a bunch of other NFTs. I believe, if not all of them, some of them were sold to Yuga Labs. So they are in the ownership of like the intellectual property ability to create more, kind of decide what they're gonna do with it. So that's that. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about some cool news that was coming out. Vladimir Buterin and how he feels about the NFT space. I think there's a lot more coming for the NFT space. And I think he'll see that too if he doesn't already, as we transition into sort of right now. I think we're going to start seeing a lot less projects, maybe not less projects coming out, but we're going to see, the cream of the crop projects start to rise, and we're going to see, new, better ways to sort of suss through the projects that aren't good. And then when we see projects that have already risen, now we can sort of start to associate, right? They'll have partnerships, I guess, with other projects, right? New projects. But because we know they've succeeded and we can trust them, it'll lend a lot of credit to the new projects coming out after that. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. Just want to go over a few articles. All right, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.